Have you got cold hips?
Cold hips, they need. I've got it. Did he tell you about the rumour in your compass? Yeah.
Are you sure that you haven't just given me, you've given me dubs instead of that? That must be it then.
No, it's dubs what there.
That grid reference was dubs.
No, I'm giving you the grid reference of this place. So you
That
want
is dubs.
That's dubs, eh?
Right, yeah. So
We
I've got the
Warnscale.
so that grid reference was definitely dubs because it's very similar to this. You get it up on your phone, your GPS again.
Right. 209133.
Yeah. So what we've got here is 2051323. So it's that one over there, isn't it? Right. Well, what I'm going to do is I want to get a bearing.
You can't walk with it on a bearing, though.
Eh?
You can't walk with it on a bearing.
No, but I can make sure that I'm pointing in the right direction.
You can do that.
Yeah. A little micro adventure. You want to have a look around there. It's all going according to plan, and nobody died. So I've got the grid reference. I should take a screenshot because up here you don't get any signal. So when you do your research and you're planning your route, and then you walk past the way you're going to stop, and you have this little adventure, you can then go back. So if you join, let's say, a walking group on the internet, and they say, right, we're meeting at such and such a car park in the middle of the mountainous areas, and then when you get to the middle of the mountainous areas and you forget what the name of the car park is, if you take a screenshot, it's already there. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just referring to that grid reference, which I walked past, and now I know this grid reference, which Mark provided. Mark, did you use View Ranger? So Mark used an app called View Ranger, and it tells you exactly where you are. Lisa and I found out about an app called OS Ordnance Survey, OS Locate, and that purely gives you the grid reference to where you are, which is absolutely no use if you don't carry this paper thing. And as you can see, I'm not making a great deal of use out of it because, again, we walked past it. But I'm going to set my compass now, and I'm going to verify that the building that we saw earlier, which we thought was Dubs Hut, is the correct. I'm running out of words. Do you want to give that a cut, and hopefully we'll get there eventually. Right, there's your water. Yeah, so this is just a polite notice basically saying you're welcome to use it, but please keep it clean and tidy, which is the same as everywhere. You know, you're not paying for this, so treat it with a bit of respect. Some information there. I mean, you'll get more information off the internet than this little bit of video that I've taken from my phone, because I'm not sure that the camera that I use would be any good in here. Yeah, more people enjoying the mountains, and why not? So I'm getting a bit ribbed by my two colleagues. That route across on the stones looks slippy. I don't think I've got the skills to do that, so I'm just having a quick look at what's going on up here. I really don't like the idea. I mean, that's deep. Yeah, I don't like the idea of, I don't like paddling. I do not like taking my shoes and socks off and walking on rocks. I grew up by the coast near Scarborough, you see, and yeah, that was how we spent our childhood, and I never liked it then, and I don't like it now. So we'll just have to see how we get on here. I hate rivers. I'm even considering, see, look at Lisa, the hero. Fair play to her. I can't do that. Well, I can, but I don't want to. And I won't. Yeah, an obstacle course. on, Mark, cheer me on. Lisa's nearly across. I've got the wonderful job of crawling across this locally farmed tyre, and that's what the inside of a tyre looks. So if you're into tyre fishing, this is where that's at. Yeah. Now I'm not wearing, I have got Osprey rucksacks and I do love Osprey, but I was saying earlier that when you are having to sort of scramble about a bit, I found the same as Lisa, that the Osprey rucksack that I've got, which is a different model and it is bigger, did actually climb up my back. It sort of slid up my spine and not hit the back of my head. I was never knocked out by it or anything like that, it's been a bit dramatic, but it threw me off balance. So the rucksack that I've got on today is a low alpine one. I haven't had this one very long and I'm loving it. Now the rucksack didn't slip forward when I was playing on my rubber tyre. Now you might wonder why that tractor tyre is there. Well, in Cumbria they have wild apes, and the apes love to, mostly in spring, because they migrate to the Wirral, don't they, in summer, and then that, exactly. Well, they were happy, aren't they? Exactly. So that's there, and you know, I've left it as I found it. So I've not left any of my scent on there. Although if I'd have slipped, that might be a different story. And you know, you come here in the spring and you'll see them having a play. So this is footage from yet another little adventure. So we went and had a look at that plateau. I did the tyre crossing, and Mark just straded through. You know, no big deal to that guy. Lisa took her shoes and socks off like any sensible person would, and waded through. And then I did, well, what I did, which isn't great. So here we are. Mark's over there. There's another crossing which, you know, Mark did it, which is absolutely fine. But for Lisa and I, we're choosing, or Mark can see from where he is now, that this is the correct path. Now we aren't breaking any laws walking across. As you can see, there's no path. The Ordnance Survey actually shows you that when you enter a certain colour on the map, you can pretty much walk anywhere you like. But really you should be keeping to the paths. But we don't know where we're going. So all in all, we should pay more attention, especially when we paid for this navigation course, which was run by George Fisher of Keswick. If you want a bit more confidence and a bit more sort of how to do stuff, then definitely look out for their courses. We were with a very nice mountain leader who actually works at George Fisher, a gentleman by the name of Paul, and he spent some time with us, about 4 hours this morning, and look at what we've learned. No, it's we're just having too much of a laugh. Mark's over here saying that we need to drop down again, so I'll just double back a little bit. Another little micro adventure on our micro adventure, and I know what Lisa's thinking. I can see it on her face. Oh dear. Yeah. So this video is going to be 16 hours, and it's going to be every mistake that it is possible to make. It's kind of like a hitchhiker's guide of, yeah, being useless at map reading, navigating, hill climbing, wild camping, rehydrating food, meeting your friends, etc, etc. This looks more like a path. A slippy one, but a path nevertheless.
I'll tell you what, see, just make tents a freestyle tent, you just can have that one.
Yeah, I can have the spot that I found.
Yeah, nice.
Alright.
Well,
so when we get back onto dry land, you know, because we're at sea at the moment, I'm going to be making some removals of, you know, people from Facebook, like this guy. This is the right Bothy. Our friends aren't here yet. No signal up here. We hope they're okay, and we hope that they are still walking today. Otherwise, all this isn't pointless. We're having a great time, but we hope they're okay. So that's the right one, and nobody's in there, which is unusual. People were obviously at the other one, making use of those facilities. But this one is renowned for being hard to spot, isn't it? even though we walked straight past it. But we're here now, so that's good.
I've walked up here a couple of times now, I know I spotted nothing down there.
Yeah. Here we have Mark, who is a YouTuber. Yeah. Warnscale Bothy. Don't know what that's all about. There's your views. And there's quite a lot of insects, just be careful.
No, I think I just had it. I'll keep this
I'm going to film this on my phone. You come to Warnscale Bothy and you open the door. Sometimes you see vagrants, homeless people, you know, people that are down and out on their luck, and look at it, it's cracking, isn't it? I mean, I'm 6'2" and I'm not banging my head.
Yes.
You can have a fire, and many people have. People are leaving glass bottles. Yeah, you shouldn't really be doing that.
It's beer. It's full of beer.
Is that really?
Aye.
Oh, nice.
I was going to crack one open and whack open and fuck the floor off our burner. To be honest, it might have been left by people who are steering here, so I'm going to touch it till the end.
You see, we've got a group, about 6 of us, 6 of them, and they're not here. But they're going to be, well, cracking these things. You know, there's a camping bed here, and yeah, well, nobody knows what's going to happen when they get here and how they're going to get on. There's another camping bed there. We'll just have to see. You know, the night's young.
Don't want to put a tent.
Yeah. We're all right, which isn't really the mountain attitude. You know, it's supposed to take enough for everybody. Oh, look, it's a barbecue in the corner. Somebody's left some insect repellent. Is that a beer can stove? Oh, aye, look at that.
Is it?
Yeah. No, it's actually, big pardon, it's actually a tin. Rice. I'm not seeing any rat droppings of any type.
Oh, it'll be nice to go.
So
Don't mention mace though.
there's a beer can stove there.
Beer can stove? Beer can? Try and say a beer can would sound like a
Jamaican.
Jamaican, aye.
A beer can.
Beer can.
So we're going to be touring the country, doing you know, tours and buy a ticket. We're doing mates rates, you know, it's all good. But yeah, what a cracking spot.
We've got another bloke, another bloke with cold hips.
Why not? This is it.
Lisa's not interested at all. She's just sitting watching the view.
She's just doing her hair. Why not?
Have you?
Did you see?
I got stuck.
You have to get shoe on out, did you?
You shouldn't have had me. What's that all about?
Do you need to grease yourself before you go down there again?
I'm going to search for a patch of music.
I'll give.
Yeah, I've got one side through. Stephen, you get on that side. Get that one through there, and I'll hold this side.
I can't film and do that, can I, Mark?
This second into you. Oh, no, I've lost it.
Dale Carnegie management system, there's a book to refer to, and it's called How to Make Friends and Influence People. Now, I'm quite capable of putting my tent up, and as you can see, I'm not putting my tent up. It's thinking. I haven't eaten. It's fine, it is tea time, and we've come up here, done what we've done, so I'm just going to do a quick little blood test. And only time will tell to see what this looks like on the big screen. 2.9. So I need to have a little bit of glucose. I've got loads of Haribo and stuff. You don't need to talk about that sort of stuff. For me personally, it's not. I'm not going to hit the floor. Other diabetics might be like that, but I do need to get some glucose into me. So cut, and I'll chow down. Mark's off to make a brew. He's already pitched up, which is fantastic. there's my tent, the Terra Nova Competition 2, and have a look on Mark's video if he decides to give you a rundown of what he's running. I think it's a Hillyberg, but which particular genre I couldn't really tell you, but a nice piece of kit. Terra Nova's lovely as well. First time I've actually had it up. A good friend of mine lent me his for a wild camp exploration into the Cairngorms in 2015, which I will probably mention in all my videos, because that guy, one of my best friends, has got me involved in something which I absolutely adore. And if I'm telling you any lies, you've just got to look. You've just got to look at what you've got on your doorstep. Well, not so much my doorstep, so I'm from Yorkshire, land of the gods, but Yorkshire Dales are beautiful, and I've been spending a lot of time in the lakes this year. It's getting to a point now where I'm sort of thinking it's cheaper to live here, but there's not much industry for me, or what I do as a profession. So I'll stay where I am and come up here and make as much of my time up here as possible. Now, my friends, 6 off, there's some hikers there. They don't look familiar, but they're still not here. I don't know where they are, and it's getting on for 6 o'clock. I said I'd be here at 4, and they're still not here, so I just hope they're okay. Have a quick look inside of Mark's if you want. All important, charging his phone up. Inside the Terra Nova, all we've done, laid the beds out and putting a bit of air into the down sleeping bags, because if you don't let them loft, they're not much cop. Now, we did see a shrew or some type of rodent. I mean, it was doing no harm, it was just over there. This is quality selfie time. Soon to be seen on Insta and all other applications. But yeah, we saw a shrew and it ran over here. So from that, I mean, we've not got a lot of chocolate or crisps or anything like that, but it's probably a good idea to take the food, take the bags into the very compact tent. But all good. Again, we'll only know how good this looks when we get down. But Lisa and I have come not right the way to the top. We've up above the Bothy is quite a lot of moorland, and the summits, which I can't tell you without my Ordnance Survey map, are covered in mist at the moment. But over this way is that plateau which we were looking at from the other Bothy, and it turns out that is as marshy and unsuitable for camping at this time of year as I thought. Now, we bumped into another hiker, and he's ventured off round this way and sort of heading on to Haystacks, and he's looking for a flat patch for his particular tent, so we hope he gets settled down for the night. You can just see over here the other Bothy, and we can hear them. There's kids and lots of fun and laughter. It's amazing to see people out here enjoying it. The microphone probably won't pick this up, but you can hear them having a right laugh, can't you? So yeah, just another look at that view. I'll take a photograph on my mobile. But beautiful night, lovely. I'm just seeing this one here. There's no point in going to that one if this one's underneath us. Yeah, so see Mark down at the campsite. There was 4 foreign hikers that are, I don't know if they're staying with us tonight. They had a look in the Bothy. They might just be taking a break. And this chap here in the red, he's just walked straight up from the path that we came up. So the path comes all the way around up. This is where we saw where we're staying tonight first, prominently named it Dubs Bothy, which it isn't, and then carried on, and you see over there is Dubs Bothy, and this is definitely, that is definitely the right Bothy. And still no sign of our friends. Bad news. Well, bad news. I hope they're alright, but we just don't know. We just don't know if they're alright or not. So that's going to be a nice surprise if they show up. but we'll check in with them when we get back to where people have internet and things, and we can communicate normally. I bet you he's been in our tent robbing stuff. Update. Right, we've had some Yorkshire lads, 3 Leeds lads, Yorkshire, come through, and they were hoping to stay in the Bothy. They've seen our lot somewhere over here.
About 10 mile back.
Yeah, flagging. We believe that Jilly has come off and she's making her way home. Jilly was never going to stay up the night. So our party are somewhere up here, coming in. But these lads very kindly have carried on walking because they were hoping to stop in the Bothy, but they've carried on. And
quite tired as well.
And they're going down. Yeah, they've done a lot of miles today, haven't they?
Yeah.
But out of the goodness of their heart, because we didn't turn them away. We would never turn anybody away from the Bothy. But they've carried on, and they're going right the way down because their car's down in Buttermere, which is in between the 2 lakes there. And they're not going to get to their cars till about 10:30. Meanwhile, we are an all-you-can-eat buffet for midges. And what we tried, Mark?
Smidge.
Does it work?
Listen, nothing works, right? Smidge, skin so soft, anything. Oh, hold on, wait there.
Clear the floor.
I forgot what it was, no, was it? Even 100% DEET doesn't work a treat.
Yeah.
Nothing works.
Exactly. But so we're not that bad. We've got.
It's not midgy Armageddon. It's just they're a bit annoying.
They're there. They're there. Uninvited camp guests.
They're hanging about.
Lisa's had you got hot chocolate there, ain't you? Jet boil. We're using, that isn't the Sawyer Mini, it's the next size up. You use the Sawyer Mini, don't you?
No, I haven't got one.
I thought you had the Sawyer Mini.
No,
oh no. Well, I had the Sawyer Mini, and the actual filtration rate was really slow.
Sorry, I do a Sawyer Mini?
Yes.
I thought you wanted to put the jet
Mark's not had any pasties for a couple of moments, and he gets a bit disorientated. Mark likes a pie. Yeah, so I upped from the Sawyer Mini to whatever that one is. It's the next size up. And yeah, it filters so much better, and you don't get, because I was finding that I was having to like get in these contour yoga positions to kind of squeeze this water through the Sawyer Mini. Innit? Yeah. And I was getting backache and prolapsed hernias and all this lot. So yeah, that went out. So we filtered some water. We've got a little stream just behind the Bothy that Lisa Ramiers went over there and got it.
Also, Lisa has got a massive bag, Stephen has got a small bag. I don't think it's fair.
I'm not going to rise to that. There's a long story to be had off camera. So yeah, we're just waiting to see our friends and welcome them to their Bothy for the evening. And it's going to have been a long day. It looks like, yeah, they've done quite a lot. I mean, you can imagine. You know, Lisa and I had walked up over the back of here earlier to sort of take it all in. There is some footage of that. It's a beautiful place, but when you see that beautiful place after you've walked up and over all this lot, yeah, they're going to be tired. So we're going to welcome them back to camp when they come in. Right. Supposed to be a serious video about our friends that may or may not be on a mountain. Yes, basically we don't know where they are. What time is it? 11-ish. The guys that told us that they had seen people matching our friend's description, you know, they've been and gone over 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
20 to 11.
20 to 11. We genuinely are concerned. Now, this is a serious question. If you were in our position, would you call mountain rescue? We don't know. We know that there are routes down. I mean, I'm looking at the summits here. I mean, the cloud is there. You would be able to follow a footpath, but for how long? It's only a matter of half an hour or so. I don't know if they've got the kit.
Whether they've got torches.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know if they've got torches. We know they've got sleeping bags. They were planning on staying in this Bothy. So as long as it stays dry, they're not going to die. You know, you could look at it that way. One of them may have a tent if that person actually showed up. We just don't have that information. We're all genuinely concerned. We just don't know what to do. If we went from here up onto the top on the proposed route, would we find them? If we didn't find them, then all of us would be putting ourselves at danger, walking a track that they might not even be on. They could have gone off the mountain and run back to the car and be back. They could be in bed right now. We just don't know. There's no phone signal, no internet. I mean, I'm not saying that we can't watch Netflix, but the point of the matter is we're genuinely concerned. We just do not know what to do. We just don't know. We're worried, we're panicking. We just don't know. That chap there is the one that came through our camp last night, and Lisa and I spoke to him up there, so he's made it down okay. I've got no idea whether our lot are up there, up in the other bothy. We don't know. I want to have a run up to the to Dubs to see if they're there, and slap them. Lisa and I, this tent isn't big enough for two big specimens of humans like we are, so I don't think we'll pack this for a two-man or a two-person, being ethically correct or whatever it's called. I didn't sleep very well. I think it was playing on my mind where my friends were. Jet bowl's on, 2 coffees there. Mark's gone to fill up the platypus. That's my water filter system. I've used the platypus bag, and that's not the Soya Mini, it's the one up from it. We went through that yesterday.
Yeah. I thought you wanted to school.
No. Behind there.
Any water?
Oh no.
No, just a little drip.
Where's it? I can hear it. We found, I say we, the royal we, it was Lisa, found a tiny trickle behind Warnscale Bothy, and we filled up the platypus twice, but Mark's not as good as an explorer as Lisa.
Was he driven?
It was a flatlander. So yeah, that's all right. Yeah, we're gonna be packing up now and try not to get eaten alive by the bugs. I'm wearing my waterproof, said in brackets, not very waterproof jacket, and I'm sweating alive, so I'm quite uncomfortable. Down my coffee, packing my rig at the same time, and let's get up there, which isn't far. There was a frog on his water bowl. So there's. He's a bit of a girl to say he's an outdoor man. What, have you found your pies yet? Yes. Breakfast pie for Mark. Yeah, so we're just going to run up there and see.
Yes,
You jumped yesterday, didn't you, at Wildlife? Northumberland not have any wildlife, like? Snakes. Aye, snakes. Do you do a stutty snake sandwich? Yeah. Right, I'll catch up later.
Tune stuck in your head now.
And what tune is that?
Once upon a time I was falling apart. Totally fit to the heart.
So whilst Mark's having a bit of a breakdown, camp's clear. These are the cans that the Polish lads gave us last night. Can you see them just in his shop?
Zuba. I didn't check to see how strong it was.
no, I was going to look at that.
Very nice, and we're not leaving them there. There's room in Lisa's pack.
No, we've left no trace.
Yep, it's as if we weren't even here. And this is Warnscale Bothy, and today, or this morning, it's absolutely stunning. Here's the track down. And that's
tracking, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're carrying larger than Mark's carrying, you'll have a nice steady ascent. Even if you were going up to Dubs at the top there, which is only from here, it's maybe just over 10 minutes. It's not far at all, and you'd have a lovely walk in and a camp. We've seen people up on the summit this morning. So we're just packing up, or packed up, and we're going to go up and find our friends. Hopefully, if not, get to some internet. We'll probably go into Keswick and log in, and just make sure people are all right. We've all just scrambled across this water. Now, we walked past the Bothy. We didn't see a way to get across. So what we're going to do to help all you guys out is put a little marker on the floor just to indicate that's the path. Now that's going to stay there for decades. There's absolutely no problems with that. It's a brilliant plan. I don't know why people don't do it more often. So this stick, I'll just put it down here, just hang on. I'll just give you a little look. And that's where it's leading you, which is upside down now, and all the way over there. Right, so I've done that for you guys. Right, we've come back up to Dubs, and we spoke to the other Bothy users last night. How much of me you can see with that sun behind me, I don't know. To cut a long story short, our party, we described them all. Were there, they were safe, they slept over, but they've got up bright and early and they've gone down to Honister for a breakfast, which isn't a big deal. At least it's a bit of a weight off our shoulders, to be fair, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, we know they're safe, which is the main thing. So we're just going to make our way down now and try and strangle them. We're on the way back down. Mark's pointed out a good topic. We're on the wrong side of the valley for Warnscale Bothy, which is up there. So you can actually see a trail on the opposite side of the valley, and in hindsight we should have perhaps taken that one straight up. So further down this route we'll point out where the junction is, and if you're going to go to Warnscale, go up that valley, go up that side.
Yeah, right. I started years and years ago. My brother joined the army, and I thought ramblers were a bit, you know, sort of red socks and woolly hats and all that, and a bit weird, eccentric people. So anyway, him and my dad started walking the hills, and I thought, oh, I had to give it a try. So I gave it a try secretly, anonymously, you see. And I bought a pair of boots that didn't fit us from a place in the Team Valley, Retail World. I bought a rucksack from Halfords. I bought a waterproof jacket that wasn't waterproof at all. And I bought a map of the Cheviot Hills, which didn't cover the bit that I was going to. That's how I started. And I used to wear jeans, and just terrible. Even no way it's a shape and things like that. It was unbelievable how far it's come in the 20 odd years. And I've been wandering the hills.
Have you ever had to get mountain rescue out for anything that you've done?
Not yet, no.
Good.
No. Never been lost really, apart from once or twice.
Mark was just telling us a tale. He was up on the hill, the ridge behind us, and he said, I did the same thing sort of 20 years previous. So I just asked him simply, you know, what the kit was like. You know, we're all wearing nice stuff. There is nicer stuff to be had, don't get us wrong, but yeah, it just shows how far everything's come. Oh. And the price difference now, you know, the stuff that you can get hold of, like titanium mugs and everything like that. Not that I own one, but when it first came out, it was hundreds of pounds, wasn't it?
Oh, you need to get a titanium mug. You need a titanium spoon as well.
I've got a titanium spoon. Oh, well. Didn't use it this weekend, but
well, it makes a difference having the right clothing for the job. Definitely. Now, you sometimes see people now on rare occasions wearing jeans, and I couldn't do it. Horrible. T-shirts, cotton T-shirts. Couldn't do it. But anyway, that's that.
Thanks, Mark.
That's not coming very good. That I wasn't relaxed.
You can actually see there's a little bridge, and then it takes you through a grassy trail, and it kind of zigzags up. We'll show you where it junctions off. Right, that is the junction. So you go off this way, there's a bridge, and further up on that side, you go over the bridge, you're on that side of the water, and then you follow this path that sort of zigzags straight up, and it takes you to the Bothy. And that, we all think, would be a lot easier route. So learn by our mistakes and give that one a go. And there's the happy campers. We all feel a bit knackered. For one reason or another, we haven't sort of rested as we should, and the only reason we can sort of pinpoint that to is that we were worried about our friends, but we are sure that they're safe. So when we get back to the car, we're going to go up to Honister Mine, and there's a cafe there which we've been told that's where they're heading. So we know the cars. If they're there, then we'll pop in and, you know, get a coffee, a bit of toast, something, and see how they are. But if you look in the distance, we've been so lucky. I mean, all three of us are running really red hot at the moment. It's so warm. Mark, luckily enough, is staying out for another night with some other friends. Lisa and I are going back to civilization. But it's really a shame to leave here so early. But we've got to make sure our friends are okay.